Show of Strength, Chapter 6. I was in the gym 3 times this week, which is awesome. Getting back into the mix of things. This back injury is settling down a little bit. I'm definitely not back to 100% with a pain-free day, but I am able to get through some upper body training. I did work up to 185 pounds here on the overhead. I haven't overhead pressed in close to a year and a half. This number is dismal. It's something that I can build off of, though. I'm just going to continue to work assistance work for the upper body. A lot of chin-ups, a lot of dips, a lot of extensions, a lot of upper back work. Everything that I can, a lot of core work. Anything that I can do pain-free, I'm really going to dedicate a lot of time to in the next couple of weeks. I was very excited to get back into the gym. That hour and a half to hour and 2 hours in the morning, it's definitely more than just going to the gym for me. It's a place to vent. It's a place to relieve some stress, and it's a very productive way for myself to align my mind for a good productive day. So this was a good week. I'm excited. It's kind of the first week back. The guys also had a good week. You saw Kyle press 200 for 2 there. He's going to go to more of a conjugate system, trying to max on a couple of the couple movements a week. Same with Steve. Steve had a great bench day there, 315 for 2 with a self lift off. Steve's training's been really good. He's turning a corner here, and I do believe it's because of the conjugate system. He's working different muscle systems. He's working different types of velocities at different percentages, so I think it's helping him out. And I'm thinking as soon as Kyle dedicates it full time here, he will see the same production. Here's Steve's speed day. He worked 185 for 5 doubles, then he followed it up with 275 on the sumo pull with chain for 6x1. Sam did the same thing. Sammy worked 275 5x2 and then 315 6x1. The systems are the same, guys. If you look up conjugate training, the system is usually it's a format, but everything afterwards is building on your weakness. So you're going to have a speed day, you're going to have a max effort day, and after those 2 days is really where the program can get individualized to fit your needs. Do you need hamstring work? Do you need glute work? Is it upper back work? Whatever it may be, you're going to be able to tailor it to what you need. And I think that's what separates the conjugate system from any other system. So if I have weak triceps, I know I got to spend some time doing some extensions or things along those lines. I don't know why he's wearing Uggs, by the way. He's got to stop doing that. Here's my pitiful bench here. I ended up working up to 275 on a floor press. Anytime I really dig my heels in or try to create any type of tension, I get a little pressure, so that was a poverty bench for sure. Blair was with me today. He worked up to 295. Blair's hit or miss with his schedule, but he did just get laid off, so he's going to be able to have a month or 2 here to dedicate to some training. It's the bright side of him being laid off. He'll be able to dedicate some time to his health. So I'm excited to see him start to link together some good productive weeks instead of a day or 2 here and there. And his strength always rebounds very fast, so he'll be fine. You see me and Blair benching in the 200s, then you have Sam blowing away 365 for 3 on the floor press. Just very strong guy. And then you have Kyle here doing 385. He's got some black Onyx bands on there. This is his max double. He wanted to do max doubles instead of singles. He said he heard something that Matt Wenning was speaking about, so he's going to try to run with that. Here's our show of strength Saturdays. We had the guys pulling against doubled mini bands today. The tension was high at the top, but it was teaching them to accelerate through the top of the lift. You have to remember that in the deadlift especially, speed kills. You have to be able to move that barbell from point A to point B in the most violent and efficient way. Bands will teach you to accelerate even through weak points. If your weak point is around the knee, as you're going to see, Chris Hull has a weak point around his knee. He was able to blast up through that. It's an ugly rep, but he hopefully, if we continue to work with these bands and this type of accommodating resistance, he will understand to keep that position and turn it into a one smooth motion instead of a 2-part movement. We did a lot of learning. The guys just felt out of position here or there, where to keep the heels, or the weight's got to be on the heels. It can't be out in front of you. And those bands are pretty unforgiving. So all in all, it was a really good day for the guys. They followed it up with some farmers walks and dead squats, and some prowler work. Steve was on a deload. He ended up working with some mini bands reverse from the top. That's what Chad Wesley Smith's version of Conjugate calls for. 295 for 3. I think he might have done 2 or 3 sets there. And he followed it up with one of my favorite assistance exercises, the glute ham raise. If you guys have access to this, please make sure you're using it. It's a great way to build the posterior chain, and it usually transfers pretty well into the deadlift and the squat. So I hope everybody has a good week. Stay safe, stay strong.